Can I hold the mic? Can I hold the fucking mic? Can I hold the mic? Good morning. Good wintry December morning. How do we feel today? I personally I feel tired, but okay. I feel tired because I haven't been going to sleep at normal times lately. I've been going to sleep in average around 2 a.m. But I know that past midnight, if I go to sleep past midnight, I'm not going to sleep properly. I'm doing it for vibes. I'm doing it because I got to go to sleep at some point. But if I go to sleep past midnight, never fucking mind. Like, I'm just laying there. So that's what's been happening for the past 2 nights. I've just been, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, have I even slept? Have I truly gotten some rest? Who knows? But other than that, I feel calm, which is good, which is what we want. So, I have been in a creative flow for the past 2 days. Coincidentally, I've been staying up, just working on some stuff, and also writing. And I just felt like sharing one or both pieces I wrote. It's really funny the way my writing process happens. I'll just be doing something random, completely unrelated to creativity, and then my mind hits me with a sentence. And I'm just roped into picking up my journal and writing. That's what's been happening. The first piece starts with winter was sudden. And I was in my bed, I don't know, scrolling on my phone or something, and I just thought winter was sudden. And I was like, ooh, what does that mean? Let's explore that. So I picked up my journal and I got to writing. So I feel like sharing my writings this morning. And yeah, my style is very, very rooted in prose poetry. That's the kind of writing I prefer reading. And that's what I like writing as well. So, girl, there are no titles. I am very bad when it comes to titles. Let's just get into it. So, Untitled One, I feel like Kendrick Lamar. Okay, Untitled One. Winter was sudden. There's now a thick blanket of snow coating the ground outside, and it has become much harder to do just about anything. When fall comes around, it is but a matter of weeks until the snow makes an appearance, but still, it's not something I could ever get used to. I recall my state of utter shock as I peered outside my window upon awakening several days ago and could no longer see the dull gray of the concrete. Every year, it becomes harder as ever to bear the loss of the golden sunlight for months at a time. How do you suppose I blossom when shrouded in darkness? I remember the soft caress of the summer breeze against my cheeks as I journey through the empty streets, hunched over myself in a pitiful attempt at avoiding the painful blows of the wintry gusts. I was not made for this. Why is survival expected from me in such hostile conditions when all the trees have died and the birds have deserted the skies? I must leave too. I must return home. But I do not know the way. And scene. That was the first piece. It deals with winter and just my aversion to winter. I don't like winter. Um, I've tried to be positive about this for a while, but I just can't. I can't do it. The the cold, the lack of sunlight, the snow and the slush all over the ground, not being able to walk, it really just pisses me off. I can't. I can't. I'm really happy for Mother Earth. Because I hate global warming more than I hate winter. So I'm happy when it's cold because of that. But personally, when it comes to me and my well being, wrap this shit up. Like, when we go past December 25th, I want this shit to be wrapped up with the quickness. It just, it's very depressing to me. And it's not something that I think used to affect me much up until last winter. Ooh, last winter was hard. It was hard on my mental. And I really just had to start, you know, really be really being more mindful of the way I was approaching life during the colder months. I started taking vitamin D and really being mindful of, incorporating sources of joy, you know, practicing more hobbies, seeing loved ones, doing things that really bring me joy in order to keep myself afloat because this shit lasts like 6 months if we're gonna involve fall into this. And I just can't. I can't. But yeah, that was the first piece. It deals with alienation also, I guess, because I ended by saying I must leave too, I must return home, but I do not know the way. I don't feel I don't feel quite at home in this city, but if I return to my birth country, if I return to Benin, I don't really feel at home there either because I've left quite young and I've come of age in Montreal. Things are so different over there now. So I couldn't quite possibly call Benin home right now. So I'm still searching for home. I do not know the way home right now. Home in a physical way, in a physical sense. So yeah, I long for the summer all the time. It's a personality trait at this point. Anyway, second piece, Untitled 2. It goes like this. It is December once more, and I am unrecognizable. The days have turned into nights, the weeks to a year, and I have watched, crippled with fear, as change, unpredictable and unforgiving, besieged my life. It seeped through the cracks of my home, uninvited, and littered the soil with seeds of doubt. I closed my eyes and stomped my feet as heavily as I could to bury them, but underground they sprouted and undermined the foundations I thought were immovable. The ground shifted beneath my feet and I crumbled. I found myself frozen in place, gazing at the heavens. I would have said a prayer, but I could not bear the echo of my own voice hopelessly traveling through the void. Disillusionment had created a rift too wide between God and I, and this time around, I could hardly muster up the strength to cross it. At last, time passed and the dust settled, or I simply got used to it. Things are never good nor bad, is what my therapist once said to me. These days, when I think about the future, I no longer am sure of the way in which things will unfold, but therein lies the point of life, I suppose. The foundations are bound to crumble time and again, but the fall will only hurt less if I don't resist it. At least, so I hope. The fog of change lies before me, thick as ever, and I am no longer the girl I was last December. And scene. I think I ate that up. I think I did. Come on, writing. Come on, prose poetry. Did you hear that last line? Let me reiterate it. Let's say it one more time. Let's reload. She said, "The fog of change lies before me, thick as ever, and I am no longer the girl I was last December." Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good. Writing feels so good to me. I think it is one of the most rewarding creative outlets for me. I've been writing for a long time. It's been my main creative outlet and my source of expression ever since I was a child. And I've always been quite introspective. It just feels really rewarding when I start something out of the blue and I don't really know where I'm going when I write in this way. I let the words guide me. I let myself be taken somewhere. And it feels great when I arrive at the end of a piece. And I feel like I've really just brought feelings and ideas that were in my subconscious to my conscious mind. But yeah, this piece in particular deals with change and surrendering to change. Yeah, this year's been has been full with change, and I'm the kind of person who likes being in total control of my circumstances. I need to know what's going to happen, when, and how. But I also do remember myself at the beginning of the year, in January 2024. I think for the past 2 or 3 years, I've been doing this thing where I set. It's not. It's not so much. It's not an intention. It's more like my idea of what the year that is to come is going to be about. Some kind of prediction, I guess. And I clearly remember myself in January 2024 stating, I think this year is going to be about surrendering. And boy, did I have to surrender. Boy, did I have to surrender. Like every other month, actually every other day, I'm like, what's actually going on? Like what's good? Is every day something new? Is every day change? Is every day can I rest? Can I be afforded some kind of stability in the midst of all of this? A lot a lot has happened, and I truly do feel that I've been changed in more ways than one. Like the way I approach life, the way I process things is different. I think of myself 2 years ago and I'm like, girl, you have no idea. You have no idea what's to come. But you know what? You got it though. You got it. It's, I always have to keep reminding myself of that last part every time I'm crashing out. I got it. Like, there's nothing that can come my way that I won't be able to overcome. Nothing. And unfortunately, the only way out of something is through. So I have to be courageous. I have to be resilient. And most importantly, I have to be faithful. I have to have faith in the fact that better days are bound to come. And although I'm always craving the sunshine, although I fear rainy days, sunshine all the time makes a desert. And life is all about balance. I am obsessed with the idea of balance and the circle and completion. And life is about balance. You can't have the good all the time, nor can you have the bad all the time. You need both in order to have a life that is worth living, a life that is worth telling about. Yeah, so the foundation is bound to crumble times and again, but I have faith in my ability to pick myself back up every single time and keep it pushing. Change is inevitable, and it's the only thing you could ever be certain about in life. Change will come, and you're going to have to adjust no matter how uncomfortable it is. But you got it though. You got it. You are not your circumstances. Yeah. You're not your circumstances. Life is not happening to you. People go through stuff every day, all the time. So that's life. But yeah. I felt called to share those pieces of writing this morning. Um, that's all. That's all I have to say. I go ahead and have a good day. All right? Bye-bye.